welcome back to Greenlands, episode 60. Wow. I've had enough of the chickens. They've used up the last of their food, so they are going to somewhere where they won't be our responsibility, shall we say. So we've got 15,000 chickens to get rid of. These were, we got £135,000 for selling all of those. I was not going to go through and click each individual chicken. They cost so much more than that. I think they would cost like 5 times that to buy. It's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure a chicken doesn't cost 50 quid, But anywho, they have generated a lot of eggs, so I'm going to get all of the eggs sold. I have no idea what the return on investment was on that. Probably not great, if I'm honest. It cost us a lot to set all of that up. And as I was told several times, it was a lot of work. Yeah. I think that's one of the ones you probably want to use if you're not playing with Maze Plus, or if you massively simplify the feeding of chickens, because, yeah. It was a bit of work. It was a bit of work. The eggs are nice. Don't get me wrong. I really need to repair this truck. And this truck could probably go back up to the yard, maybe once we're finished. So yeah, 200 grand for selling a load of eggs. It kind of counters the issues of the money we lost, and maybe it was a good earner. I do not know, but yeah, I think the truck could probably go back to the yard. We could do with 2 trucks in the yard, or using it to shuttle slurry or manure down to the industrial BGA to make use of the processing capacity of that, because we are struggling up at the mini BGA. Yeah, the other thing that's struggling is still the power generation, so I don't know if I might just stick the industrial BGA on selling to clear that out, because it has a lot of stuff saved up. But yeah, £500,000 worth of eggs. I guess I shouldn't grumble. I guess I shouldn't grumble, really. We have a lot of milk as well, which I don't think we're going to get done today, because today we are going to whole crop one of our wheat fields. So mainly the whole crop is used in the winter to feed the sheep, but I do put a little bit in the TMR for the cows as well. So the one field should be enough, hopefully. And with me on this, I know that I am finishing this series very soon. So whenever we harvest the last field, so I don't really need to worry about producing feed, but I want to leave the farm in a reasonable state. So not going to be, I did sell some kit earlier obviously, but we brought replacement. I'm not going to be selling everything off. I'm not going to be selling all the feed and stuff that we have. I want to leave the farm as a going asset, and we'll just see how much cash we have on top of that. I might go through and I can use the time-saving stock check, so we can work out what we have stored is worth, because that's kind of interesting, because buying all of the equipment and the land came out of that £10 million loan, which we have paid off now. So it will be kind of nice to see where we've gone from, how much we've generated from, we started with £10 million worth of debt. What's the kind of total accumulated wealth? So we'll have the cash in the bank, we'll have the value of the crops and the animals, because we've got quite a lot of animals, or probably will sell the beef off, I'm not sure. And the land, and maybe might not do the vehicles, because it's a bit of a pain going through adding them up, to be honest. Yeah, I just think I'm curious to see where we get to. The green mowing is part of Maze Plus, if you weren't aware, and in FS19, I think Loki released this as a separate mod, I think, but because this was one of those really kind of spur of the moment things. Loki joined the farming agency team, and I think Paul said it'd be really nice if we could have green mowing, and Loki sat and did it in a couple of hours, if that. So yeah, he's very talented. So it's part of Maze Plus. It's not a separate mod. I don't think it's on his GitHub as a separate mod. So yeah, very cool. The Tip Anywhere mod as well is very cool. The one that I did a preview of a few days ago. So this tends to work out this way. So I've done a couple of things like that. I've been lucky enough. So I did a preview tour of the Oaks, and almost before I released the video, Farms in Briscoe decided to release the map. I did a preview of Tip Anywhere, and Loki decided to release it a bit earlier than I expected. So the video was ready, so I just kind of hit go. But it's one of those things. It is what it is. It's really cool to be able to get involved with some of this stuff. I did, don't blame me if it doesn't work, I did a fair bit of the testing for Loki on Tip Anywhere. I did a fair bit of testing for Loki on Tip Anywhere, particularly the multiplayer stuff, because I have the server that I lease for the patrons multiplayer, and I actually have 3 computers that have Farm Sim on. I have 2 that I mainly use. And they're 2 separate copies with separate licenses. I was able to test some of the controller permissions and stuff and help with a bit of fault finding on that. So yeah, that was really cool. Also, thanks to Farms in Briscoe, he sent me over a copy of Saxonthorpe, which he is working on. I have yet to have a look at it. That's probably a job. I may have by the time this goes up. I didn't get around to it at the weekend. I was kind of trying to take it easy at the weekend. So I did a fair bit of playing Farm Sim in various guises, including multiplayer on Maypole, which was a lot of fun. But I haven't really done any content creation. I've recorded videos and edited videos because that's kind of easy, I find. This bit takes a bit more thought, and then editing all the sound and stuff. So this video should be up on Wednesday. It's Tuesday. I've extended the long weekend. So in the UK, and I think in Germany as well, it was a long weekend. We had the first of several bank holidays in May, and it was really nice. And I think I just punched the microphone. Hopefully that didn't come through. I can note the time just so I can check. So one of the things that I don't always do is listen to absolutely every second of the video. So yeah, it was a long weekend, and I decided to extend it. I'm actually, how does that feel better? It's been really nice having a longer break from work. So yeah, I've been really quite tired this weekend for a number of reasons. The greyhound was the young greyhound Giddy. So that's the mowing done. It was again a little bit poorly at the weekend, not properly. I think he'd eaten something in the garden again. That dog is a nightmare for that. And we have a lot of foxes and stuff, and people feed birds and drop things in the garden. So yeah, it was a bit dodgy yesterday on Monday. So. Right, we're going to release some kit to do the rest of this. This is the Leith Wolf Agri Power that was released on Mod Hub last week, I think. The nice thing about this is it has a 3-point on the back, so we can put the Weber silage compactor on the back, so we can get this done super quick. So I thought that was kind of cool. Play with something a little bit different. The leveler is separate on this one because there's a couple of versions. I had intended to use this with Courseplay to start the leveling and compacting. Courseplay did not like this. It instantly tried to do some weird things with the leveler. I used the standard one, which is supposed to be kind of all cool and chill, but no, it did not want to work. And we're leasing a Weber DSC 180. That is one of the best ways to compact silage in the game. Yeah, so I'd hoped to have this running on Courseplay. Didn't really work out that way. Not a problem. There isn't that much whole crop silage off of the one field. We'll just do it manually. It's not a big deal. The fact this has a 3-point on the back is awesome. I think when we come to silage, maize silage towards the end at the mega field, we'll definitely be leasing one of these. I might get the standard one actually and use it without the compactor on the back, just to do all the leveling and stuff, because it's a lot of work. And it'll get some amount of compaction as well. And we're going to lease a forage wagon. We're going to go for the Potinger Jumbo 10,020D combo line. Yep. And we're going to put an additive tank on it. So, and we don't want a DS Agri number plate because that's not what this save is. So I'm using the latest update of Maize Plus, which does make sure that silage additive works with everything as well. So no more having to add it into the XMLs, which is really nice. One of the advantages of having a much larger team in the farming agency, and you know, things that need scripting can now be scripted, which is cool. But we happen to have some silage additive. It should be enough for what we need here. So yeah, it's not a big field, but I just wanted to get some whole crop silage in, because as I say, I use a little bit in the cow's TMR. I probably have to cut that down this year because we don't seem to have as much as last year. I don't remember how much whole cropping I did last year. I might have done more fields, it would appear so. So we'll probably have to keep this for, well, we would need this for winter feed for the sheep. So, yeah. I have no idea how many episodes are left on here. It's going to be a while. You know, we've got all of, there's probably nothing to do for the rest of June. We might have harvest in July. So probably the next video will be July. As different things come in, I'm hoping at some point there's bloody poplars, poplars are going to be ready to harvest. There'll be more grass work. 50-50 on how much of that you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments. You know, grass work is obviously a reoccurring theme of my series, and I'm really pondering what I want to do next after this one. So this is the one that's going to finish soonest. And I want to do something. I'm kind of pondering a big arable farm. Patrons, yes, I know I'm talking about doing arable on your series as well, which also ends soon, but it'll be a different scale. I'm thinking of doing, it's really hard for my brain to comprehend, no animals. So like Ohio, but not quite such a speedy, kind of fast play. Yeah, I'm thinking a big arable farm. I'm really tempted, and it's not just because Farms in Briscoe has sent me a copy of Saxon Thought, but I am really tempted to go and have a play on the oaks. I need to see how it runs on my laptop. It ran fine on my desktop, but because it's a big map, I need to check how it runs on my laptop. But yeah, I'm kind of jealous watching Cartech play on there. It's such a nice map. So yeah, we might go there. Mark H, one of the patrons, sent me a trailer for an American map, which I've watched part of. It's also possible, depends on when it releases. I'm not sure if it's out yet. Yeah, so we'll see. The Valley of the Old Farm is obviously out, and I'm thinking about that. Might be the next series for the patrons. It might be something smaller. I tend to have a small farm on there because it's just nice. I quite like small farms. But yeah, I'm thinking that we'll do, at least for a few years, no animals. See how that goes. Yeah. I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members at this point. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, particularly the 3 of you that are at the Disturbian Elite tier. You guys are very awesome. I really do appreciate it. I'm pondering projects for the coming months of things that I might do with either hardware that I need or stuff to make some different videos. So yeah, we'll see how things go with that. And first load going in the clamp. So maybe a few trips to get all this in. I'm sure last year I did more than one field of whole crop, or maybe I did a really big field, because I've still got at least 100,000 litres of whole crop in the silo. One thing we're really short of is root crops, so I have stopped putting root crops in the mixer. I'm just setting GPS up here in BCA, so we had a 10-metre wide mower and I ran it at 270-ish, I think. So the nice thing about BCA is you can just go in and tweak it yourself and get it nice. That's why I like it. I know some of you, or most people, are big fans of Watch Does GPS mod, but for me, BCA is definitely my favourite GPS mod. Enhanced Vehicle has it as well. I need to get my head around that, because that's what Paul uses on the multiplayer server. So probably, depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching this the day this video comes out, probably tomorrow, I will be streaming the Terra Life Alpha stuff on Twitch. That was the plan at the end of last week. We'll see whether that plan remains the same. So yeah, come join me on Twitch. talking about streaming and IO. So obviously the last few weeks I haven't done any. Life's been just too hectic and I've been too tired and work's been busy. And so what I've been doing in the past with the streaming is usually I tend to finish work about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I've done at least one, maybe two streams after that. So just after I finish work. For the guys in Europe, that's quite a nice time because they've finished work, finishing work, whatever. And in the UK, it seems to work. So I want to try, and actually it'll be not long from after this video releasing. So talking about it on this is probably irrelevant, but I want to try and sneak in a stream on Wednesday as well as a bit of a test again. Because I haven't done it in a while. So I was going to still work about doing that. I want to try and get into that regularly, but as I say, things have been hectic. Obviously, I took a few days off over the weekend from making videos. So yeah, I'm not going to add in something new because the core of what I do is YouTube videos. So that's why we're sticking with YouTube videos mostly. It just works easier for my workflow. Someone asked about or suggested that maybe I should concentrate on just one series at a time. I know a lot of creators do that. For me, there's a couple of reasons why. There's always two. I might get into that. There's a couple of reasons why I tend to do more. One is my workflow. So the gameplay footage that you're watching now, I think was recorded 5 days ago, something like that, from when I released this video. It can be longer. So yesterday, Bank Holiday Monday, I was recording footage for a video that I'm not expecting to release until next Monday, so like a week later. And the part of the problem I think I would have if I just did one, because it would progress really quickly. It'd be kind of nice from that aspect, but I think with my workflow I'd get kind of disconnected. So generally I don't have, if I'm really ahead, I probably still only have 1 or 2 videos of a particular Let's Play ahead before release. And I think that makes it easier for me. Like when you guys comment on videos sometimes, if I recorded it and finished it a few days, I might forget what you're even talking, because people say, they might say, oh yeah, definitely I agree with that. Jeez, what did I say? That kind of thing. And I think if I was, because I can't make, I hate making finishing videos the day I release them. Ideally, I want to be like 4 days ahead or something. And so I'd find that really hard to remember what I was doing in a video if I'd already recorded, say 3 or 4 more videos on the same save. So that's part of the reason why I do it. Partly, it gives me variety. Ideally, I would like to run 2, and I'll talk specifically about the specific save that they really like in a moment. But ideally, I want to be running 2. It means I can do a couple of videos a week on it. It kind of works. But it also helps with me, the game still feeling fresh to me sometimes. And for some reason, I always end up doing the same jobs. They always end up in sync. But, it gives a little bit of variety, at least in equipment and challenges and stuff. So, yeah, kind of why I like it. They particularly like the sugarcane series, which would have normally been, I think this is the last load coming in, yeah, which normally would have been a mini series that I do as extra videos in the week. At the moment, I've just been struggling with getting all the content done, so I've been using them as main videos. That's going to continue for this week and maybe next week. We'll see how it goes. But that's probably going to be like an 8-episode series, so that's not that far from actually. It's over halfway through, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But normally that wouldn't have been the case with that one. The mini-series are normally extra videos. The calendar, so I do plan all my videos out when I want to do them. Never stick to it, but now we can jump in the Agri-Wolf and do a bit of compacting work, a bit of the leveling. It's not too much because I did a reasonably good job of tipping it in. The schedule is quite light on tutorials and stuff in the next week or so there's going to be a bit more of a focus on playing the game. That'll probably change because something will jump into my mind that I wanted to video on, like something just has with the new loan mod from Chisel. It's really cool. Chisel, I'm never sure. I really like that. It's really, I had a little bit of a dive into it at the weekend. Sorry, I'm just drinking a coffee. Yeah, I had a bit of a dive into it at the weekend, and it's really nice. Might integrate that into the next series. It's I'm not going to do another £10 million loan challenge thing. I've done it, so I don't know whether to do another challenge series. But yeah, there aren't many how-tos or tutorials or whatever on the schedule at the moment. That could change. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know whether to make the next series a challenge around. So one of the ones that I really enjoyed and was quite popular was the one tractor challenge, and I did that on whole mold last time. So doing that on the Oaks would kind of be like a return to something that was a lot of fun before. Yeah, I don't know. Comments below. Comments below. I don't intentionally do these things where I ask questions. It's just kind of me rambling as I talk through the video. So you will notice this video is a little bit short. I think some of them, quite a few of them this week, are a little bit shorter. I would like to say that's intended. It's just kind of how the edits have worked out from these videos. It's kind of nice not having to talk for like 40 minutes in one sitting. Definitely easier for me. It's easier to fit in recording the commentary around life. Apart from Hotel Mondays, generally I don't like to sit and do monster recording sessions of, you know, like 3 hours. It's not how I do things. And at the weekend, I think I played multiplayer mostly with Cartec. I think some of the others were on as well at some points. Yeah, they were. Eagles and Monarchs were on at some points as well. I did some longer sessions on there, a couple of hours. It was good fun. It's the first, I don't know, maybe not, it's one of the first times I've done big, like lots of multiplayer with people on and all doing stuff together. And it was good fun. It was good fun. So that's that done. Let's get it covered. 204,000 litres of whole crop silage. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, comments, questions, suggestions below, and I will see you next time on Greenlands. Yes, that was rushed.